Let's talk about energy leeches. Not the cute little pond kind. I'm talking about the ones that crawl into your aura, nest in your field, and drain you till you're sitting there wondering why you feel like a used Capri Sun pouch. Everybody's had them. Friends, lovers, clients, co-workers, even spirits that overstay their welcome. Energy leeches don't always show up with fangs. Sometimes they show up with trauma dumps, codependency, or a quick question that turns into a 45-minute therapy session for free. And the wildest part, half the time, they don't even know that they're doing it. They just feed because you glow. Because some of y'all are out here taking spiritual baths and calling it cleansing when you're really just marinating in your own soup, okay? Energetic parasites are like cosmic little hitchhikers. They don't create energy, they siphon it. They'll mimic your thoughts, shift your emotion, make you obsess over people or memories that keep you energetically hooked. If you've ever felt randomly exhausted after talking to someone, or like your mood tanked after being around them, it's your first clue. Your aura responds before your brain does. So when you start noticing weird coincidences, lights flickering, your phone dies faster, you wake up with that weird ass headache behind your eyes, that's not just burnout. That's something feeding. So how do you spot them before they drain you dry? First, listen to your body. Energy parasites feed on emotional output, sadness, anger, lust, guilt. So they'll push you into those emotions. You'll notice patterns, okay? Maybe every time that you start feeling peaceful, someone picks a fight, or every time you're ready to manifest something big, an old connection resurfaces out of nowhere. It's not random. It's the energetic ecosystem responding to something that wants your attention. And parasites thrive on reaction. They can't eat peace. They can only eat chaos. So when you stop giving chaos, you starve their ass. Energetically, in readings or clairvoyant states, they appear as shadows attached to cords, small shapes near your heart or your head. They even mimic versions of you as well. Energy work. You'll feel them as pressure in your solar plexus, tightness in your throat, a constant fog behind the eyes. Some people will describe it as a cold spot in the aura, or like a dull vibration under the skin. But the real giveaway is disconnection. You start losing passion. You stop feeling like yourself. Even your magic starts fizzling, okay? Now, when that happens, don't panic. That's not possession. That's imbalance. The goal is not to exorcise anything and everything that moves, okay? It's to discern. Because sometimes what looks like a parasite is just unhealed grief trying to be acknowledged. And you can't banish what needs to be integrated. How do we get rid of real parasites? My favorite method is energetic starving, followed by reinforcement. So first step, close the buffet. Stop feeding them with attention. Stop doom scrolling their page. Stop replaying old arguments. Stop gossiping about what drained you. Every time that you think of it, you hand over a slip of your energy, okay? Next, you need to purify your field. You smoke, water, sound, okay? Mugwort, rue, benzoin work really well. Beautifully, actually, for this specifically, okay? Those herbs burn out lingering astral residue, and they push back entities that feed on psychic cords. Of course, there's 100 million other herbs you can use, but whatever. Then you want to reinforce the field, okay? This is where warding comes in. You could build wards like membranes instead of walls. Think of your energy body as a living skin. It breathes, it filters, but it protects, right? I like to use mirrors, okay? Reflective surfaces, sigils drawn with oil or ash around my space. Whenever you add intent, like anything that feeds without consent reflects to its own source, you're basically installing energetic malware protection, okay? If you're dealing with a human parasite, someone alive, that's a whole other game, okay? Cut cords, right? And not the aesthetic kind where you light a candle and whisper release. I mean real cord work. Visualize that thread, trace it to where it's anchored, pull your energy back through it like rewinding a film reel, and say, return to me all power that is mine, return to you all power that is yours, okay? Then you're going to cleanse again. Parasitic people will often test the boundary after you cut it. So don't freak out if they text you, okay? If they dream of you, suddenly post cryptic nonsense, okay? That's just the tether reacting, right? Prevention is everything. Keep your wards updated. I tell my students all the time, wards are like Wi-Fi passwords. If you never change them, someone's still connected from 2019. Reinforce them after every major emotional event. If you're doing heavy baneful or shadow work, layer your wards before and after. Think of it as energetic insurance. You can also use decoy energy. I talk about this all the time. Keep a small vessel, like a black jar or a piece of foil, and it's programmed to absorb and neutralize any stray energy that tries to hook into my field. It's not baneful, it's protective recycling. And once it's full, I cleanse it and I reseal it. You could feed it salt, vinegar, smoke, sound, whatever. Depending on your practice, it's going to look a little bit bit different, okay? Another trick is glamour shielding. Like if you've ever veiled, that's cloaking, right? When you step into crowded spaces or digital environments, you need to imagine your energy folding in like a mirror ball, dazzling, reflective, unreadable. That's why my energy online doesn't get drained by comments or projection. I glam shield all the time. If something tries to bite, it just slips, okay? And not every parasite is external either. That definitely needs to be talked about. Like sometimes your own shadow becomes a parasite, for real. Like when you obsess, you overgive, you constantly perform for validation, that's your inner freaking leech. You can't smoke your way out of self-drainage. You have to stop volunteering your energy to things that don't sustain you. Let's do a little recap. How you remove one safely. First, you're identifying the drain, noticing the pattern, not just the person. Then you're going to stop feeding it emotionally, mentally, digitally. Then you're going to cleanse with herbs or elements that burn, cut, or purify. Reclaim your energy through intention or cord retrieval. Seal and reinforce with wards, sigils, or glamour shields. Then you're going to rest and reground. Drink some water, touch some soil, reconnect with your body, eat something hearty, okay? And after you do this, you're probably going to feel pretty empty. You might even feel a little bit numb for a few days. That is normal. You've had something attached for a while. Your system needs to recalibrate. Don't rush to fill the void with new people or energy work. Let the silence teach you what peace feels like again. Once your field stabilizes, you could start calling your energy back fully, okay? I like to do it verbally. I call my energy back from every place and person that it has been, scattered, taken, or left behind, cleansed, healed, return to me now, okay? You'll literally feel that pull come back to your core. That is power. I like to do it with my feet on the ground, barefoot, outside, under the moon, okay? And near water if possible. Remember, you are not fragile for needing protection. The more luminous you become, the more things are drawn to your light, okay? Not because you're weak, but because you are radiant. You just need structure. So, energetic parasites are not proof that you're cursed or hexed, okay? They are proof that you are powerful enough to be noticed. The cure is not paranoia, it's awareness. When you know your own energy, no parasite can fake it. When you keep your wards alive, no leech can hold it. And whenever you respect your body and spirits equally, your frequency becomes its own weapon. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Like, share, follow, so I know that you like this content, and I'll see you in the next one.